Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So lobbyists tied to Fox News, charter schools, Wall Street, big oil, big pharma, student loan servicers, and big business are all teaming up with corporate-owned Democrats to take down progressive Democrat Nina Turner. So I've talked about Nina Turner before. She is amazing. She is awesome. She is a fighter. And she's running for Ohio's 11th district. She's filling the seat that was left open by Marcia Fudge because Joe Biden picked her to run the HUD department. And as reported by the Daily Poster, various super PACs and bought and paid for Dems are backing Turner's challenger. It's a woman named Chantel Brown. And they're also hosting fundraising events for her. Even Hillary Clinton has gotten in on the action, which tells you how much Nina Turner terrifies the establishment. Clinton recently came out publicly to endorse Brown, which to me is the kiss of death, or it should be, for anyone's campaign. And it really did kind of backfire because within the 24-hour period after Clinton endorsed Brown, Nina Turner announced that she had raised in that 24 hours 6 figures. But there's some big money backing Brown. So, 6 figures during a 24-hour period isn't going to do it. So if you have the means, I highly recommend that you help out. I'm donating. I'm not even in her state, but she will be a force for all of us throughout the United States. And here's the deal. The people backing Brown and trying to stop Turner should really tell you everything you need to know about these two candidates and who and what they each represent. And this is why I keep repeating to my Democratic friends that not everyone with a D behind their name is a good and honest person. They're just not. So while Turner represents we the people, and she's a fighter, and she wants truth and justice for all, and she wants to make, the country more fair and equitable for everyone, black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. She just wants everyone to have what they need. Brown, on the other hand, is being promoted and backed by lobbyists who represent huge corporations and mega donors. So for an example, one of the super PACs involved is called Protecting Our Vote. Okay, sounds nice concept. Now, if you think about it, they were unintentionally honest by naming it Protect Our Vote, because what they really do is want to protect their own votes, meaning the corporations that they represent. However, their website says that their goal is to, quote, mobilize, persuade, and turn out every African American possible on the issues that impact their communities and affect their lives. Sounds great, right? Sounds like they really care. They care about people of color. They want the best for them. Okay, well, first off, this is the same super PAC that spent almost $42,000 to try to defeat progressive Cori Bush, who people loved, who's a fighter also, who's very progressive. And here's why. The treasurer of this super PAC is a man named Marcus Mason. Mason is a corporate lobbyist who represents Fox News, so he represents their parent company, I should say. He represents private equity firms, the major one, which is the Carlyle Group. He represents student loan servicing companies who, of course, don't want to get rid of student debt. He represents a pro-charter school organization, Google, DoorDash, companies like that. And Mason is also one of the hosts of a fundraising event that the Super PAC is sponsoring on behalf of Chantel Brown. Another host for this fundraiser is Virgil Miller. So who's Miller? Miller is another lobbyist. He lobbies for ExxonMobil, Comcast, AT&T, CBS, and also DoorDash. And is that it? No, there's more. So Nicole Venable is another host of this event for Brown. She's another lobbyist who represents the interests of a private equity trade group, a big pharma drug lobby, and big pharma companies themselves, including Pfizer and others. Another person involved in this fundraiser is Brandon Garrett. He's also another lobbyist. He lobbies Congress on behalf of Walmart, American Airlines, FedEx, Nike, and a hedge fund trade group. So that's who's backing Brown. That's whose interest she's going to care about and who she's going to fight for. Nina Turner, on the other hand, takes no PAC money. She's 100% funded by small dollar donors, meaning the Americans that she plans to represent. And these corporations are terrified about that. They're terrified that she's going to win and she's going to put an end to this corruption and their lies and the economic inequality that they help to foster in this country. It's all going to come to an end. So while protecting our vote pretends to be woke and they pretend to be on the side of people of color, their actions and their affiliations prove they're completely and totally full of shit. Aligning yourself with a right-wing news organization, by the way, like Fox News, and corporations that take advantage of people of color and the most vulnerable in our country, and then at the same time promoting yourself as a beacon of justice for minorities, that is just gross. That is reprehensible. So the good news is it doesn't appear to be working. I hope. The election, I believe it's coming up in the first week of August. So make sure if you are in that district in Ohio, you are registered to vote. I believe that there's only a few more days left to register, and then early voting is starting soon. But Turner's campaign recently sponsored a poll, and it showed that she has a pretty substantial lead. It's 50-15. Now, again, that's just one poll, and they were the ones that sponsored it. So, take that for what it's worth. But if you watch their most recent debate, it's easy to understand why she has such a lead over Brown, because Brown is like the status quo Joe. She wants to go along to get along. She said, quote, "We have to be able to compromise so we can get some things done." Yeah, because compromising has worked so well so far in the Biden administration. And it worked so well when Obama was president. These people just are ridiculous. They don't want change. They don't want change, guys. I don't know how else to say it. They want everything to stay gridlocked because it helps their corporate donors. So all of these corporate Democrats can talk a big game. They can talk about all the things they want to do for you. And if not for these evil, horrible Republicans, we would do it. They're full of shit. They're totally full of shit. Now, by contrast, Turner at this debate said, quote, "You need to have somebody that will lead this community who does have a vision and understands being a partner does not mean being a puppet. That working with does not mean acquiescing to. You will always know whose side I'm on." And then she also called out our just ridiculously cruel and ineffective sick care system, because that's really what it is. It is not a healthcare system. They literally make more money off of people being sick, and they only help you when you're sick rather than teaching you how to not get sick. But what she said was that, quote, "The employer-based system, the commodification of healthcare, does not work in the United States of America. Almost 100 million people are either underinsured or uninsured right now." Yeah. So meanwhile, Brown is running these attack ads against Nina Turner. She's saying she's not a real Democrat and you can't trust her. So I find that just hysterical. Brown is the candidate who's literally taking money from corporations that screw over average Americans on a daily basis and refuse to pay their fair share of taxes. And so she's telling us that you can't trust the other candidate who refuses to sell out to corporate interests. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. And does Brown realize that millions of us, including me, voted for Nina Turner's former boss, Bernie Sanders, and that Turner is cut from the same cloth as Sanders? She is a Sanders-style Democrat. So is she saying that millions of us, people like me, aren't real Democrats? Seems to me that Brown is the one who's not a real Democrat. Because a real Democrat who believes in the core tenets of the Democratic Party would never sell out their constituents for corporate interests. So it sounds a lot to me like Shontel Brown has forgotten what it means to be a Democrat, and she's forgotten what the Democratic Party actually is supposed to stand for, as have many other corporate-owned establishment Democrats. I'm just saying. So, guys, please, if you hear nothing else I say, hear this. Start looking at people's policies. Start looking at what they stand for. Stop listening to them. They can do this all day long. It's about the walk, not the talk. It's about their policies. It's about their principles. It's not about personality. And look at who backs them. Look at who's funding them. That will tell you everything. That will 100% tell you what they stand for, who they will stand for when they're in office. Like my grandmother used to say, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you what you're all about. We see who Shontel Brown's friends are. So if you're in Ohio, get registered to vote. Vote for Nina Turner if you actually want some damn change in this country and you want a leader in the House who can mobilize the progressives that are already there, who are afraid of their own shadow, I'm sorry to say, like AOC, and just want to be liked, and, you know, they don't know how to flex their muscle and use the power that we've given them. Nina Turner will do that. She will whip them into shape. She will call the shots and she will lead them, because that's what's sorely missing. We have a lot of well-meaning followers right now. Again, sorry, but that's the truth. We need a leader. All right, guys, I'll keep you posted on this. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care. Please subscribe. Please head on down to the description box and consider becoming a supporter or a friend of the show so I can keep going and giving you all of this great information. Take care, and I will talk with you soon.